So it's been a while. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, before I even start and I get into this video, I hope you guys are all doing well, inshallah. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves. I've genuinely missed you guys so much. So yeah, another day, another vlog. I will not lie. I feel like I forgot how to low-key talk to the camera when it comes to vlogs because it's been such a long time since I've come on here and vlogged you guys. Like, a lot has happened. A lot has happened in the last few weeks, honestly. Like, subhanAllah, so much life has happened and I've just been living life off camera and I do not regret it one bit. Today's gonna be a very nice solo day, inshallah. I really had a very nice slow morning. I've just been really trying my best to be intentional about having slow days, and I feel like this week I'm spoiling you guys a little bit, posting a lot more on YouTube. I figured it would be really nice to spend the day together and kind of just explore Manchester a little. I've been a homebody for the last few days, I will not lie. I shouldn't say a few days, the last week. I have definitely been a homebody, but it gets to a point. It gets to a point and I'm like, today we need to go outside. We need to see what's outside because I can't be a hermit every single day. It's just not possible. Went to a Pilates session. I've been doing Pilates. I've started reformer Pilates and you guys, I didn't know that I started the advanced one. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. That was definitely a lot. You guys make Pilates look so cute, but it's tough. Really, it works out your core so well. And I'm really happy that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone to take some classes. So we shall see the body progress in like 3 to 4 months, inshallah. But I've been loving it so far, so it's been really great. I'm not wearing anything dressy, just this top that I got from ASOS and these barrel jeans from ASOS. You guys know I love barrel jeans. I don't know what it is with me and barrel jeans, you guys. Like, I can't explain it. I have this problem where if I really like something, if I really like something, I'm gonna get it in every single color. Like, same thing with this top. If I really like it, I'm gonna buy it in different colors. So I have this one in blue, green, and white. Why not? This top, you can definitely cinch it a little bit more if you kind of want like more of a cinched look, but I actually like the way that it came. I really love puffy sleeves. Like, yeah, so this is a really cute fit. It's not anything crazy, but you know black people. No. I had nothing to do with what I was about to talk to you guys about. I feel like sometimes my brain just has TikTok memes just like running 24/7. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up my iced coffee. The funny thing is, not really sure why I made an iced coffee from home because I wanted to get an iced coffee from outside just to kind of romanticize my day. I'm gonna do a bit of a Q&A and answer it while we're like exploring Manchester, which I think is gonna be so nice. So you guys get to see a little bit of the city through my lens, you know, which I think is gonna be so nice. Just like a really nice Hanan day, like a really nice romantic day, inshallah. Well, I will say I did a very light makeup, no makeup look. I'm very used to either a full beat or no beat. So this in between is very new for me, but I actually really like it. I really want to get used to doing a light beat and not having beat my face, even though I really don't beat my face, to be honest. I don't know how to do a full beat. Anyways, let's head out and have an amazing day, inshallah. When I tell you guys, it is so windy. Like, it kind of calmed down a little bit. Hopefully wherever I end up sitting down will be fine for a video. And my mic won't make a lot of noise, but I can already hear how windy it is. So I don't know how this is gonna work out. But if it doesn't, we're still gonna romanticize today and just like do the Q&A at home. I don't know, we shall see where the day takes us, but still romanticizing my day by fire or by force. Okay, let's answer some of these questions that you guys sent over from the Q&A. I really tried my very best to pick out the questions that I felt like stood out the most or were just a little bit different, because I asked you guys to ask me everything and anything, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, you guys got a little bit comfortable because some of the questions that you guys were asking me, I know I said everything and anything, but I didn't mean everything and anything, but anyways, but those questions I will not be answering. It's okay though, it's okay. So what I did instead was just pick out questions that really stood out to me that are a little bit more different. The first question that someone asked is, what is one thing that you are unlearning currently as a woman? There are a lot of things that I'm unlearning. I think one of the biggest things that I'm unlearning at the moment is that I don't need to be worthy to everybody. Sometimes I feel like I need to be everything for everyone at the same time, and I need to make myself fully available for everyone and make sure that I'm pouring into everyone else's cup, and sometimes I feel like I forget my own. And so a lot of women are really raised to be emotionally available for everyone and to be really kind and to just always put other people before themselves. And I definitely feel like that's how I've been raised, not just with my family, but just culturally as well. To be very nurturing, but also be independent, to be agreeable, but also to be assertive. Somewhere along the way, sometimes it becomes really easy to measure your worthiness based on how well you perform for other people. And I just found that for a lot of my 20s, I did that. I was very much performing and just living a life that, although it was still somewhat authentic to me, I felt like I was definitely wearing a mask and just molding myself to fit other people's expectations. So I think that one of the biggest things I've been unlearning is that it is okay to be myself, and I don't have to fully be available to everyone and fill everyone else's cup. I think I talked about this in another video. Oh my God, there's bugs here. No. I am who I am. I know my worthiness and what I bring to the table. But I also know that the people who understand will understand that I don't need to always be fully available and pour into everyone else's cup if my cup is not full. And I think that I am the only one that's responsible for filling up my own cup. Nobody else is responsible for that. And I think the minute that I was able to undo that type of thinking where everyone comes before me, I really was able to fully understand my own needs. So for example, knowing when to rest. You guys will see that I'll post often, and then sometimes I'll take a bit of a break because I know when my body needs rest. I know when my mind needs rest. I know when my nervous system needs to be regulated. I know when I'm doing too much by being fully available for people and when I need to take a step back for myself. And so very long answer, but I think that's definitely something that I've fully unlearned, alhamdulillah. And I hope it stays because I love this version of me. I cannot lie. This is a different era, to be honest. The sun came out just for a little bit, which I feel like I'm being spoiled. So thank you so much, ya Allah. I really appreciate you having a little bit of sun. Someone asked, what is your biggest friendship ick? This is so funny. I think one of them would definitely be if the relationship is very one-sided and you are always the one checking in, you are always the one going above and beyond to make sure the person is okay, you're always making plans. To me, that's an ick. That is very much an ick because I like effort. I like putting in effort and knowing that my friends are putting in effort as well, and just feeling that effort, because to me that is an act of service, and it's also a form of affirmations for me to know that that friendship is blooming and growing and developing. And lack of effort or things being one-sided is definitely an ick for me. I think another major ick for me are people who backbite and people who gossip. Definitely a huge ick for me. If you just spend your time talking about other people, talking bad about other people, just talking about other people's business that have nothing to do with you. Why you so inner? Why do you care about other people's business? If that is the grounds for how a friendship develops, to me that's a huge red flag. But alhamdulillah, I don't have friendships like that. But that is definitely a huge ick and a red flag. No. I think another friendship ick is if the friendship feels like very heavy emotional labor, you're doing a lot and it's just very emotionally exhausting because it's a friend who's constantly complaining, always complaining about everything, has no gratitude, doesn't care about anyone else but herself. That to me is definitely an ick. Okay, someone asked, how do I stop being a people pleaser? I really struggle with this. Okay, first of all, being a people pleaser, I think this is common for women. I don't know if, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really feel like this is a common experience for a lot of women. Actually, I've talked about this experience a lot in my previous videos about how for a lot of us who were raised in certain cultures, being a people pleaser is just the norm. And especially if you're raised as the eldest, there's just a lot of things that go into it. And sometimes we do this without realizing how detrimental it is to ourselves. I think that being a people pleaser is very similar to watering everyone else's garden without watering your own. You do it until you're left bone dry with nothing left, and literally your garden is shriveled up. There's no beautiful flowers. There's nothing left but dirt and soil. What alarm is beeping right now? Filming a Q&A in the middle of the city is very interesting. I think that one of the best ways to really recover from people pleasing is to recognize first where it starts. So yeah, really first recognizing where you think that stems from. Why do you think it is that you've become such a people pleaser and you care so much about what people think about you? My people pleasing came from culture. It came from being the eldest sibling. It came from expectations from my family. So it came from a lot of environmental factors, and that really mixed in with my own internal thoughts led to being a people pleaser. I think you also need to recognize and ask yourself whether or not you going above and beyond for other people at the expense of yourself is good for you or bad for you. Does it align with who you want to become and your values? Or do you feel like doing this constantly is actually taking away from the person that you want to be? It is completely normal and okay to pour into other people's cups and be there for people. But when it's at the expense of yourself, it just drains you and you don't end up showing up in the way that you would like. You know, starting with really small boundaries. A lot of people are afraid to set boundaries because they think that if they set boundaries, people are going to look at them negatively. People are going to have a bad image of them. The more you set these small boundaries, the more you're repeating that thing, and it starts to build the muscle of you actually being stronger and being able to recover from becoming a people pleaser. I think it's just about putting in that action constantly and repeating it, and then eventually it will become normal for you to be able to set your boundaries without feeling guilty about it. But just also give yourself some grace because it does take time to be recovered from being a people pleaser. I think it's taken me years, I'm not even gonna lie. It's taken me a really long time, and I still have a little bit of people pleasing left in me. But for the most part, I want to say I've gotten rid of like 98.99%. So I'm very proud of myself. Like, yeah. Anyways, let's answer the next question. Do you ever miss the old version of yourself? I feel like sometimes I romanticize the old version of myself. Like, I really loved who I was in my early 20s. I felt like I was very ambitious. I was so independent. I had all these crazy goals, and I was just like constantly trying to develop, and I just loved her. I feel like she was very unapologetic. Although I do sometimes find myself really reminiscing on that version of myself, I think the reason why I reminisce is because that version of Hanan was just so naive. And I think that's why I miss that, because I feel like now I just see everything for what it is. Like, I can just see right through everything. And while that's a great skill to have, my level of discernment is actually unbelievable. Like, it's a little scary sometimes. I wish someone had told me not to overthink every single thing that I do and to just live in the moment, and that sometimes overthinking will block the clarity that you're actually looking for. I felt like I was such an overthinker in my 20s, and I was overthinking every situation, every decision I would make, like the path that I wanted to lead myself to. Like, everything that I did always involved me overthinking. I used to always let fear take over me, and I let fear consume me, honestly, with a lot of decisions that I made in my life. I wish someone had also told me to just make that decision and keep it pushing, because no decision is a wrong decision. Every decision will lead you somewhere. You just have to make the decision and pull the trigger. I felt like I missed just being naive and just not looking too deep into things, not recognizing things, just live, laugh, love. Like, I was really in my live, laugh, love era 24/7. So I think that's like the only thing I really miss about the old Hanan. But I also really cherish and love that version of me, because wallahi, like, she really built me and paved the way to where I am today, alhamdulillah. And let's head out and see where the rest of the day takes us, inshallah. Guys, I'm so bummed out. They don't have the book that I was looking for. I'm so sad. They said that it's not available anywhere nationwide, so if I want to get it, I can order it and it would come in 3 days. I'm just gonna look around and see what else they have in the self-development section. Honestly, there's nothing that's really standing out to me, but I'm just gonna see. Really upset that they don't have this book, honestly. I was really trying to get my hands on it. At this point, I'm just gonna download it from my Kindle, but listen to the audio version, because 2 of my friends have been listening to audiobooks lately and they've been raving about it. There is nothing better, you guys, than coming to the bookstore and just like the smell of fresh books. It literally does something to my brain chemistry. I don't even know how to explain it, but this is another book that stood out to me. It's called The Power of Letting Go. I sifted through it and it honestly looks really, really good. It has some exercises in there as well. I'm currently at this really cute park that I found on my way walking home. When I tell you guys, this has been the most eventful day. I'm so sad that I didn't end up getting the book that I wanted, but I'm going to download it on my Kindle. I just wanted to kind of get back into having physical books in my hand because I haven't had a physical book on hand for such a long time outside of the book that I have at home. It is what it is. At least I got to spend time at the bookstore. I didn't even realize that the bookstore has a coffee shop upstairs, so I'm definitely going to go back and check it out again. But I got to get a little bit of reading done. Anyways, let's finish off a little bit more of the questions. The weather feels a lot better now, alhamdulillah. It's not as windy as it was before, and I figured we would do some of the questions here, inshallah, before we head home. Okay, so one of you guys asked, how do you deal with nothing is happening for me season? This is a really interesting question. I've normalized just really trying to be a lot more present and being really in the moment and recognizing every season for what it is. I think sometimes a lot of us get very swept up into wanting to experience everything that we would like in that very moment. And when we're in the season where nothing's happening, we feel like we're being stagnant. I think a good way of thinking about this is viewing that season that you're in kind of like how you would view the season of winter. In the wintertime, trees look like they're dead. They look very still. They don't have leaves or flowers. Nothing's blooming. So it looks like nothing's happening behind the scenes. And while those trees look like they're dead, the reality is they're prepping themselves to bloom for the spring and then the summer and then going through that cycle again in the fall. So even though it looks like nothing is happening, it's actually deepening its roots so that it can prep itself to bloom in the spring. So in that season that you're in, kind of view it as a winter season where you're planting your seeds, you're planting your roots, you're deepening your roots so that you can develop and bloom when that time is right for you. But don't look at this season as being a wrong season or feeling like you're stuck or feeling like things aren't progressing. Every day that you move and every day that you make decisions in your life, you're getting closer and closer and closer to becoming her. And it could actually mean that this season is just the season for you to really take it easy and rest and not put so much on your plate. A lot of us don't really grapple with the fact that we've normalized, chaos and hustle culture and constantly being in a rush, and stillness just feels really uncomfortable. Resting and staying still feels wrong because it feels like if you decide to rest and if you decide to take it a little bit slower, then that means you're going to be behind and everybody else is ahead of you. But the reality is when you do rest, you're actually doing a lot more for yourself than you think. But when you are in this season, I will say that it will really trigger some insecurities that you might have and might feel like you're 10 steps behind because the things that you've planned for yourself and the timeline that you set for yourself isn't going in the way that you had planned. And so now that you're in this season, things just feel wrong. You don't feel good. You feel like you're in this comparison game of comparing where other people are at. When, other people may be in relationships, having kids, having families, having careers, being successful and achieving their goals, and you feel like you're in the stillness. That stillness is an honor. That stillness is a privilege. And so when you're in that space of stillness, try not to let your insecurities cloud the fact that you being in this season is actually good for you. I think it's just really important to honor the in-between seasons and recognize that those seasons are just a part of your story as any other season. And you will look back when you reach your goals, inshallah, when you become that version of her, and look back at that season and be thankful that you had that opportunity. But don't take it for granted. I think that it's a privilege and an honor to be in this stage of your life. I'm gonna head home now and get some food in my belly. I still potentially want to go outside and enjoy the weather a little bit more. Gonna kind of see how I feel when I get home. But yeah, let's head home and get some food in our belly. Hi guys, so it is another day. I was supposed to continue the Q&A, but then I got home and I got so cozy and so comfortable, and also I got really tired because it's been so gloomy these last few days that I was like, you know what? I'll just talk to them tomorrow. The minute I turned on my camera, the sun came out. I don't know if this is Allah's way of telling me to go outside because I literally was planning on being a homebody today. Low-key, I feel like I should be in Toronto right now because the weather in Toronto is literally 36 degrees. Now, 36 degrees Celsius is not fun as a hijabi, but the fact that they at least have sun, I would much rather be in a heat wave. I'm not gonna lie. I want to enjoy the sun, and it's just been so gloomy and rainy in Manchester lately. I don't know what's been going on. Alhamdulillah, yesterday was just such a good day. I literally just de-stressed, I cleaned. So yeah, I guess we won't continue the Q&A. We'll probably just save it for another video. I've been feeling a little bit down because I haven't been able to create as much. Actually injured both this finger and this finger. I was using a cheese grater and I sliced my finger. And then as that was healing, I think 2 weeks later, I ended up cutting my other finger because I was trying to close the bathroom door and I slammed right into my finger. So yeah, my artist hand has really been going through it, unfortunately, which meant that I had to kind of take it slow. It left this really bad scar, which I'm really sad about. Anyways, as I was looking through the footage of today's vlog, I realized that majority of this vlog is me yapping. This is why I can't start a podcast, you guys, because I just talk too much. But I hope that you guys are enjoying the vlog anyway. I was kind of reflecting on the question that someone asked yesterday where they were talking about like how do you deal with the in-between seasons, and I gave you guys a whole spiel about my opinions on that and how like being in your in-between seasons is actually a good thing. And I realized that I was talking about being in that in-between season like so easily because I feel like I'm in that in-between season, and I just feel like I'm in that season where I'm trying to rest while also prepping for the next stage of my life and trying to figure out what I want to do for myself and for my life. And the fact that other people feel the same way and other people are kind of in similar seasons but in different ways feels so comforting to me. Like when I was looking at the vlog footage as I was editing it, I was like, this is literally me. Like I am going through this right now. I don't question myself by asking things like, you know, am I doing enough? Am I lazy? Am I not ahead? Am I behind? I really try my very best to push those questions aside just because I feel like as soon as you start asking yourself those questions, your mind will start to spiral and it will lead to another thought and another thought and another thought and another. And before you know it, your thoughts are spiraling and now you are thinking so negatively. We're all guilty of doing that. No, those thoughts will come out of nowhere. I promise you. No matter how good you think you are with having positive thoughts, sometimes those negative thoughts will come out of nowhere. So I'm sharing this with you guys just to remind you that you're not alone and that I also am in this in-between season and that I also have negative thoughts that spiral sometimes, and it's really just about learning how to manage those thoughts and control those thoughts so that they don't consume you. So yeah, anyways, that's my little spiel. Carrying on, I kind of wanted to share a book that I've been reading that I've absolutely been loving. Now, I will say I'm very surprised with myself because it's been very difficult for me to get back into reading. I've had such a busy work schedule. Life has just been so hectic, you guys, that I do not have time to literally sit and read for an hour. Like I haven't been able to make time for it. I tried to get into the habit of reading at least 15 to 20 pages a day. And then randomly, I just got into my reading bag again and I started reading a lot more. The reason I love my Kindle though is because she's very easy to travel with and I have access to all the books that I want. Right here, which is so nice. The book that I've been reading is called The Barakah Effect. And you guys, this book is so good. I highly recommend it. It really talks about barakah and hustle culture and how you can have a very successful, beautiful life if you align your life with Islamic principles. And it's just such an incredible book. And I'm definitely gonna get the physical version because I want it on my nightstand just so that I can like pick it up and read it whenever, but highly recommend that you guys check it out. Let me actually read to you a little bit of what he talked about. So he talks about something called the gardener mindset. So instead of obsessing over instant results like a factory worker does, always trying to produce more and faster, he actually encourages us to think like a gardener. A gardener will plant seeds and nurture them daily and trust that the results will come in their own time and by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know that when we plant seeds, their time will bloom, and we know that because we put in the effort and everything else that will come is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That plant blooming is from God, where you show up, you do your part with sincerity, and you leave the outcome to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I absolutely love this because it actually completely shifted how I view my own work. I have really come to accept the fact that it is a lot better for you to focus more on nurturing the thing that you're working on rather than the end results. You're focusing so much on what the flower is going to look like, when that flower is going to bloom, rather than nurturing and planting those seeds so that the flower can bloom in its own time. And subhanAllah, I think that was such a beautiful way of looking at it because it really allows you to see the concept of barakah in a different way. Anyways, highly recommend that you guys read this book. 10 out of 10. I randomly put this together today and I actually really like it. It's giving I look like a tree. I like it. But yeah, that is what my outfit is for today. I wanted to quickly show you guys this section of my room, which I need to kind of figure out what to do with here. There's a lot of stuff and it kind of overwhelms me because I don't like clutter. So I need to figure out a better way to store all of these things because this isn't even the half of it. Some of them I'm gonna have to give away to my friends, inshallah. And I have a few stored away as well. So this is taking up a lot of space and I need to figure out a way to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. I did have a stand here and unfortunately it broke because the perfumes were too heavy and the glass broke. I'm so sad because I really loved that stand. This is how I store my lip glosses. Honestly, it works for me. I really like it. I think it's just because I have a lot of lippies and I like knowing that it's in one place. So if I really need a lippy, I can just grab it from here. So I do like this method. I just don't know if it fits putting here. Gotta figure something out. So if you guys have recommendations on how you think I can store this or better ways to store my perfumes, let me know because yeah, this is definitely getting a bit overwhelming and I'm not really sure what to do with this space. But I definitely want to make this look a lot more aesthetically pleasing. I feel like I know what I want to do. I just haven't executed it yet. I want to know what you guys think I should do. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think I should do with this area because it's a lot. Anyways, let's figure out my scent of the day. Today I'm going to be wearing Vanilla Nectar by Fleur. It's this body spray. I actually really like it, but I know I really like it because I'm a vanilla girl through and through. Anything vanilla? I'm gonna take it. And it's perfect for the summer, which is really, really nice. That is the one that I'm wearing today. Then I'm gonna top it up with vanilla powder. This perfume, y'all. Oh my God. This perfume is so good. Like, I really don't know what to say. This is literally my it girl perfume. Like, every single time I wear this, I get compliments. It's the perfect layering perfume, but it's also perfect on its own. It smells so delicious. It's giving classy. It's giving fresh. Lasting power on this perfume is actually insane. Like, if I spray my hijab on this, it will sit on it for like 4 days. I'm not even exaggerating. It sits. It's so perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna wear this today. Just 10 out of 10. So anyways, that's my scent of the day. I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I have a lot of things that I need to get for this fridge because when I tell you the fridge is empty, the fridge is empty. Like, I had my last yogurt left, and yeah, we need to go grocery shopping immediately. So I'm gonna go do that. And I think this is actually a good time to really end the vlog just so that I'm not yapping too much. But I really hope, inshallah, that you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I know this is like such a random vlog during the week, but I'm really trying to give you guys more vlogs in between the sit down videos. But inshallah, you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.